Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I'm your host, and I'm gonna go have a drink of water. Ugh. I say a swig, but I don't know. I don't know how much constitutes as a swig and what's just chugging a little bit, or not all like chugging, but not the whole thing. Is that still chugging? I don't really remember what count. I don't know what counts. But that's besides the point. Let's drive this podcast home. So, last weekend I finally watched um, a Lord of the Rings: Return of the King extended edition. I've never I brought this up before, but me and my initially it was me and my friend, me Godzilla guy and my brother. Um, my brother only made it through the first movie, and then he refused to make time, even though he knows the time frame for when we can actually watch those. He refused to make time for like a whole month, so we gave up on him. So me and Godzilla guy, we watched the second two, right? Um, but last weekend we watched the last one, Return of the King. Um, extended, and we watched all the extended editions because if you watch uh, I say this as if I'm an expert now. I know basically nothing, but I haven't even seen the Hobbit trilogy yet. But yeah, no. So if you watch the extended editions first, next time you want to watch the movies, you don't have to watch the extended editions, right? Because you already know what happens in them, so you can just watch the shorter versions, right? And look, I gotta say, everyone who said Lord of the Rings was an amazing trilogy, they were right. I loved it. It was great. The Not gonna lie, there were times when I felt a bit tired during the first two, but the last one was like I think inarguably it was the longest with the extended editions. Um, I guess that was the first one. I can't remember how long the first one was, but I think it. Um, I don't know. I think there was. I really liked them, right? And but I got extremely tired during um, the mountain pass during the first movie when they go into like the old catacombs of whatever mountain they need to go through. Um, and so I dozed off a bit, kind of, but like I was still listening. And then I got an energy drink and I was fine. So, and then the second movie, I don't really know if I was exactly super tired. Um, Godzilla guy kept complaining though. But I think that was for unrelated reasons. Like he had gotten very few hours of sleep the previous night because some his one of his neighbors was throwing like a massive party until like 7 in the morning or something. Um, oh wait, no, that was just last week with the last one. But he didn't use the energy drink either, so he could have. But yeah, no, I loved it. I loved it. It was really good. I don't know what specifically I want to say about it, if anything, because I feel like trying to describe it would just do it poorly, you know? Like, it's. I think. I think I would constitute it as perfect. I mean, I'm not super picky, but like, at least nowadays, I can usually be like, well, that's kind of stupid. That's a plot hole, whatever, right? But like, there wasn't really any. And not that I can think of, right? Because I watched the first one like a month and a half ago, right? So, but again, no, I had a really good time with it. Really liked it. The last one was a lot of action, so I didn't really need the energy drinks. So I had some extra, which was great. Um, and I usually would only have one per movie. I had one the first time because I need energy drinks for work, so I have a couple around the house. And then the second time I was like, I'm probably gonna get tired because it's a really long movie, so I'll just get some, right? Or something like that. Oh, and then I got more for the third one just in case, because like I did end up having one during the second one, but I don't know if I necessarily needed it. Um, I said Mountain Pass, but I don't know if there's a more accurate name. It's like a was I think it was a big tune technically. I think I remember it being like it. I think it was an old dwarven living area or something. Like a, I don't know, because like it was there was purposefully built stuff into the side of it so that you could actually get in. Um, and I can't remember if it's where um it's where Gandalf fought the or was that in the second one where Gandalf the Grey fought the demon thing? Some kind of it was like a fiery fiend creature. I can't remember. I have a terrible memory with I remember the scene, but I don't remember what exactly happened per se. But, well, I know what happened. I can't describe it, and I'm not good with names. Right? Gandalf is really obvious, and then there's Frodo, Sam, Pippin, and the other one, and then there's Gimli. Gim, here's yeah, Gimli. Um, and then there's Legolas. Legolas really sticks out as a name. And then Agor. Crap. I can't remember his name. That's not good. It's like I kind of remember his name, but like it's like kind of the specifics kind of I forget. It's like Anor, Agor. Uh, I know Eivor is that Assassin's Creed guy from Valhalla, so I don't think it's Eivor. Aghorn, Ag Agorhorn. What? I feel like I'm starting to speak gibberish. Um, and then there's the other guys that stuff happens to later. Also, like because the movies are so long, the events kind of like I remember the generic like stuff, but I don't remember a lot of the specifics, you know, or like the timing of it all, right? Like at the end of the first movie is when they kind of like finalize the group, so to speak. Um, or like the I guess the A and B plot of like it's crazy how you can have an A and a B plot of like a movie trilogy. Like that's actually crazy, right? And like if the movies weren't that long, they could have put it all in one movie, but that would be like the longest movie ever because like all that stuff is like so much of it is just it all feels so important and necessary. A lot of it I kind of don't really get, but I think that means I need to like watch the Hobbit trilogy. I said a lot of it, but like some stuff. Like a lot of the stuff that has to do with the elves is kind of like I kind of forget exactly and like I don't really remember. I know the elves also craft things like the dwarves because they made the sword that it was either Frodo or Sam has for like most of the trilogies. It's like a special sword or something. Um, which is really interesting because like it is really interesting that like only like there's very few magic users, right? Because there's wizards like Gandalf and stuff. Um, then there's like the crazy like near god level entities like Sauron and that spider thing or whatever, which apparently is like a near god entity in its actual form, but its physical form is just a big spider, so it's kind of easily beatable. Like I don't really get why that's a thing, but whatever. Um, the backstory for Gollum was interesting. Like there's like Aragorn. Is it Aragorn? I feel like that's something completely different. I don't know. The sword guy, right? like the chosen. Well, one of the the two chosen ones, pretty much. Because like I feel like in Lord of the Rings there are actually two chosen ones, right? There's Aragorn or whatever, who's basically like classic chosen one, as well as Frodo, of course. He's also like a chosen one, but sort of like different, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if words are enough to describe how good that trilogy is. Um, we're gonna take a break from watching long movies, so we probably won't watch. Me and Godzilla guy probably won't watch The Hobbit anytime soon. Um, I think we're gonna watch the newest season of Invincible that's fully out already because we decided to get back into watching stuff like as it was finishing up. Like I don't know, there was like maybe two episodes left in the season that needed to come out, and we hadn't even started watching it. So we're probably gonna do that because that's just like 1 hour a day instead of like four. But honestly, I just want to get home and like I don't know. I kind of want to take a nap. I don't know if I'm gonna. Sorry, I blinked out. I was in my head. Um, man, that that happens quite a bit. Um, mail for somebody. But yeah, no, it was great. And my birthday's coming up, so I need to think of stuff to tell my family because they asked me, and I'm just like, ah. So I think I have an idea of something I can, because I have like two family members who actually like understand what names of video games are, pretty much. So, um, and I really only feel comfortable asking my parents for clothes, which is like, it's a weird thing. When you're a kid, you never want clothes. When you're an adult, well, I don't know about most people, but from personal experience, as an adult, I prefer getting clothes because I keep burning through them, so to speak. Um, it's a good day to take a nap. I don't know. I gotta do some stuff, but maybe I'll take a nap. Um, but you know what? I am home. So, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Home Podcast. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, you don't have to. I hope you all have a great next 24 hours. And as always, I hope to see you next time I drive this podcast home. See ya.